Hi guys, I welcome back all of you. Friends, we have finished with noun, pronoun and adjective in the previous videos, and today we are beginning the most important part of speech, that is verb, without which you can't frame any sentence and you cannot even express yourself. Friends, as I said before that all the parts of speech are connected with each other. So noun, pronoun and adjective also help in picking out the verb. Friends, if you wish to learn English, please watch the videos in the sequence in which they are given in my playlist. My playlist is available on my channel and you can follow that playlist. So without any delay, let's get started. Friends, when we hear the word verb, two things come in our mind, that either we are talking about action verb or we are talking about helping verbs. Most of us have heard these two words, action and helping verb, because we have been learning about it since junior classes. And so far we have heard so many kinds of verb that we remain confused that what is the actual classification of verb. And the confusion still remains same. We only know that verb is a word which does the action or which acts as a helping verb. Let's have a look at these sentences. I am walking, I am late, I walk in the garden, I can walk in the garden. If I ask you that in which categories these verbs come, so we'll get confused that whether this is a main verb or helping verb of or both. But most of us will be thinking that this is a helping verb and this walking will be the main verb. But to give you a surprise, the am which is working here is actually working as a main verb. And in the third sentence, the word walk is also working as a main verb. So this is surprising that usually we think that am is a helping verb. So how can it become main verb? So I'm going to remove this confusion in this video. Friends, before I go ahead, I want to say one more thing, that friends, in your books, the classification of verb is given according to your class. If you are in junior classes, you will be taught only action verb and helping verb. If you are one step ahead, then linking verbs will be added. If you are two steps ahead, then more classification will come, which is finite and non-finite. So according to your class level, the classification keeps increasing. When you are preparing for competitive exams, it's a must to have the knowledge of categories of verbs, because verb is the most important part of speech which relates to other parts of speech. Moreover, if you are living in such country where English is not spoken all around, so there it becomes mandatory to know all the rules of grammar topics. So without any delay, let's see what the verbs are. So to know about verbs, let's have a look at these sentences. The driver drives vehicles. In this sentence, the word drives is showing the action. In the second sentence also, the boy jumped over the wall, that the subject is doing some action. The third sentence, the movie was interesting. The word was is a verb because it is telling us the state. Now, what is state? State means that at what time the action is being done. Like this sentence is showing us that we are talking about the past. We saw the movie in past and now we are saying that movie was interesting. So this is telling us the state. Ria is in the park. It is also telling us the state. It is telling us that Ria is now in the park, in the present. So the word is also a verb. Now verb tells us one more thing. It also tells us the possession. It means that we are showing the possession, that elephant has a large trunk. She had a sweet voice. So here the word had is again telling the possession. So we can conclude that those words which denotes action, state or possession are called verbs. We have to remember that verbs may contain one word or more than one word. Like if I say she has been washing the clothes for long, so has been and washing are three words which all come in the category of verb. And all the sentences must have a verb with a subject. If there is any sentence which has no verb, the sentence will not be complete. This is a classification of verb. Broadly, the verbs are divided into two categories, finite and non-finite. In short, I want to say that finite verbs are the only verbs which act as a verb, and non-finite verbs do not act as a verb, rather they work as an adjective, noun or other parts of speech. So in this video, we are going to discuss only about the finite verbs, and in the next video, we will discuss more about non-finite verbs. So finite verb is further divided into two categories, that is main verb and helping verb. Main verb is that verb which does a primary function in the sentence. And main verb is also classified into three categories, transitive, intransitive and linking verbs. And helping verb is also divided into primary auxiliary verbs and modal auxiliary verbs. So let's see what are the finite verbs. They are divided into main and auxiliary verb. Main verbs are also called principal and lexical verbs. They can stand on their own, and these verbs tell us about the action or the state. Whereas auxiliary verbs are the verbs which helps the main verb to form a sentence, and it tells the state of the subject. The examples are is, are, am, has, have, etc. Let's see in the examples. Like Parul eats an apple. So this word is showing the action in the sentence. So this is a main verb here. In the next sentence we will see that Aryan smiled at the baby. So smiling is a action, so it's an action verb. So here also it is functioning as a main verb. But if we see the next sentence, she is coming here. So the main verb is coming and the word is. It is helping this one. So this word is helping the word coming and therefore it becomes helping verb. In the next sentence also, the kid had broken the car. Broken is a main verb, but the word had is actually helping the word broken. So had becomes the helping verb and broken becomes the main verb. How to identify that which one is main word, which is helping? So the answer is that the word without which sentence is incomplete is a main verb. But now, what happens when the helping verbs are alone in the sentence, like Reena is away or they have a car? In these sentences, only helping verbs are given. So, dear friends, in such conditions, these verbs becomes the main verb. Now they are not playing the role of a helping verb, they becomes the main verb. When I had put is in the third sentence, it was working as a helping verb because it was helping the main verb. We will understand this with one example, like she is your mother and she is a main verb. And this is you. You are helping verb. And he is your younger brother who is totally dependent on the mother. Now what happens that one day your mother walks to the market and she is not at home today. So what will happen? That your younger brother will be totally dependent on you. Now you have become the main person in the house because your mother is away. But when your mother will come back, then again she will become the main person and you will be working as a helper. So I hope this is clear that any verb which is left alone in the sentence without which sentence is incomplete becomes the main verb. Although it works as a helping verb in those sentences where already a main verb is present, but it is put to help it. The word transitive has come from the Latin word which means to pass. It is so called because the action it denotes passes from the subject to the object. What are objects? Objects are the things on which the actions are done, and subject is the person who does the action. I hope that you have gone through subject and predicate video which I had already uploaded, which is going to help you here in picking out the verb. The boy is a subject here and the kite is an object here. So now we can see that the subject, the boy, is passing the action on the object. The boy flew kites. So he is passing the action on to the object. In the second one also, they scolded the children. They scolded whom? They scolded the children. So they is passing the action on the children. The pirates sank the ship. The pirates are the subject. What did they do with the ship? They sank the ship. So we can see that here objects are playing an important role. And we need objects in these sentences to make the action complete. So in short, we can learn that transitive verbs are those verbs which ask the question what or whom. If we say the boy flew what, the answer will come in kite. They scolded whom? They scolded the children. The pirates sank what? The pirates sank the ship. Whereas the intransitive verbs denotes those verbs in which the action is complete in itself. Like if I say the birds flew away. So if we remove away from the sentence, still the sentence is complete. The birds flew. There is no need to have any object here. The sentence is complete. She plays skillfully. If we remove skillfully from here, still she plays is a complete sentence. And if we write the sentence in this way, that the ship sank very fast, then again very fast is not the object. The ship sank is complete in itself. The third category is linking verbs. These verbs are also called verb of incomplete predication. In these sentences, the verb acts as a link between their subject and the complement, and they connect the subject to the noun or adjective. Like in the following examples, we can see that this is a subject, Rahul, she, the child, they, and he. They all are subject. The verb is linking the subject to a noun or adjective. Good runner is a noun, happy is adjective, restless is adjective, worried is adjective, satisfied is also adjective. So the subject is linking to the noun or adjective. So those verbs which link the subject in this way becomes linking verbs. There is no need to have a confusion in this chapter. If needed, watch the video 2-3 times and it will be clear. So we can see that all the verbs are main verbs. Once again, I take you back in the classification of verbs chart. Verbs are divided into finite and non-finite, and finite again is divided into main and helping. So far we have done with main, which was divided into transitive, intransitive and linking verb. Friends, I have explained the transitive and intransitive in short, but you can watch transitive, intransitive and non-finite videos separately to understand in a better way. Now we are going to see helping verbs. It has two categories, primary and modal verbs. Modals are also called modal verbs. So the first category is primary helping verb. These verbs are written with the main verbs and they indicate tense, voice, mood or intention of the speaker. Primary helping verbs are actually of three kinds, that is be verb, do verb or have verb. And with be is, are, am, was, were, be, been are made. And if we talk about do, then do, doesn't, did and has, have and had have come out of have. So these are the heads of these helping verbs. And if you remember, it was you, the helping verb. So let's see what role you are doing in the sentences. The boy is flying a kite. Flying is a main verb, but as is helping it, so it is a helping verb and it is a main verb. We are growing roses in our garden. Grow is a main verb and are is helping it, so are is a helping verb. They had scolded the children. So we can see two verbs again, had and scolded. And had is helping the word scolded to complete the meaning. So had is a helping verb. The kids were laughing. Two verbs, were and laughing. Laughing is a main verb and were is helping it. So we have understood that these words are helping verbs which are helping the main verb. Now let's see what are the modal verbs. A verb that is used with the main verb to express modality. What is modality? A particular mode in which something exists, like possibility, necessity, permission, obligation or advice. They don't stand alone. For examples, these words like can, could, may, might, will, shall, should, must, ought to and used to. You might have heard these words. These are called modal verbs. But the important thing is that they don't stand alone in the sentence. Like it might rain today. So rain is a main verb and might is helping it. I can go today. Go is a main verb and the modal can is helping it. You must learn your lesson. Learn is a main verb and must is a modal verb. All would come tonight. Come is a main verb and would is helping it. We have noticed that these words are showing some kind of probability, like it might rain today. So it is showing that in the future it can rain today. You must learn your lesson. It is showing some kind of advice. All would come tonight. It is showing the possibility or probability. So these words shows the modality. These verbs don't stand alone. These verbs need mother, the main verb, to complete in itself. So we can conclude that helping verbs are of two kinds, primary auxiliary verbs and modal verbs. So stay connected. Thank you.